Hey guys, good evening. So morning we started instant investigations. So first one is the brute force attack. So this one also called as a multiple authentication login failures from the same source user or same source IP. So whenever any brute force category of the attack it is appearing in the SIM dashboard, in that scenario, first and foremost, so those alert will come either email notification or maybe SIM dashboard. So next thing is we have to go on, we have to acknowledge that particular ticket to remaining the members stating that I am working on this ticket. Later we have to go on, we have to create a ticket in the ticketing tool. So that may be any ITSM tools. So that may be ServiceNow or Jira or Sharewell or BST or Remedy. All these are ticketing tools. But very popular ticketing tool is ServiceNow. So you know already how to create ticket in the ServiceNow ticketing tool. You can say, so I will go and I'll create a ticket in the ticketing tool. After that, I will go and I'll classify the incident, what type of incident I receive. In our scenario, it's a brute force attack. After that, we have to identify whether it is a internal attack or insider threat or else external attack. Based on the IP address range, we will classify the whether the alert is coming from the internal employee forget the password, or maybe typo error in the password he attempted. So, or maybe external attacker is trying to do in the public IP address ranges. So after identifying the respective incident, then we have to go and we have to identify the triaging of the incident. So triaging here, we can say asset profiling, user profiling, meaning here all the alert related assets information we have to gather, user related information we have to gather. Gathering the asset related information is called as asset profiling. Gathering the user related information is called as user profiling. In this scenario, we'll gather like example user name and also computer name or system name, and where he is located, whether he is using end user system and what is the OS version, and also we can gather the what is the timestamp, which log sources logs are integrated to SIM tool, through which logs so this particular alert is received, and also authentication is success or failure. So those things we have to verify, and also we have to gather the user profiling, user name, and all these will fall under user side. Okay. So there are three different here. Option one we are discussing. So if the internal employee or private type address range, if the alert will come, what we have to do. So in this triage, what information we have to gather? IOC or else IOA, IOC and IOA. So in bracket, these gathering this information, we can call it as user profiling and also asset profiling. Okay. So after gathering this one, in this scenario, I have one question, whether really attack information can we get it or not? Yes or no? This is scenario one we are discussing. Alert is from the private IP. In this scenario, whether indicator of attack information is applicable or not applicable?
No, sir.
No, it's not applicable. That's correct. Because attacker is not trying to do. So only internal employee forget the passwords. Maybe he given the wrong or typo errors or something like that. So there is no attack information. Only we can gather the indicator of compromise information, that is victim IP, system name or computer name otherwise, location, event timestamp, when that particular event is occurred, and also log source name. So log source name, obviously it is Active Directory or domain controller logs we are integrating. Next one is authentication. Here two probabilities authentication, either success or failure, but most of the case it's a failure based. Next one is the OS version, and also here we have to identify whether it is an end user system or else server. Server side also brute force attack will occur, or application side also. So here we have to identify whether end user system or server or database or application, but most of the case end user side we are discussing about. Anyway, based on the OS, we can conclude if it is Windows 7 or 8 or 8.1 or 9 or 10 or 11, we can conclude that that is a end user machine. If the OS version it is showing in the alert as a 2012 or 16 or 18 or 19 or 20 or 21, in that scenario, we have to conclude it's a server. Same way, if it is a database side, we can see OS like SQL or PSQL or Cassandra or MongoDB. Okay, so times 10 grid gain, all these will fall under the database side. If it's application directly, we can say application name. So these information we have to gather, and after that, after gathering all these, additionally we have to gather the user name. Okay, which user that particular alert is received, and role. So what is the role, whether it is a user role or admin role or super admin role or scheduled task role or service account. There are different types of accounts, every system it contains. So role of the respective system, and payload also. In the payload side, basically we will gather the authentication success or failure, most of the cases here. After gathering all this information, now triaging is over. So now we have to do the analysis of the logs. So authentication is success or failure. Obviously, it is a failure. So because of this particular failure only, it is hit at the logic, and finally alert is received. Now, next step, what we have to do in this scenario? Now you can send an email to end user directly. So couple of times what will happen, whatever client you are working, we can't send an email. That is the terms and conditions they will give. But couple of times we will send the email. We have the permission to send an email also. For example, maybe you are selected for Wipro and your client is SBI Bank. So just for confirmation whether really has done that activity or not, we can send an email to SBI Bank employee, that may probationary officer or clerk or cashier, and we can confirm whether he maybe couple of times they will forget the passwords or maybe they will enter the typo errors. So we have to send an email or drop an email to the end user whether really has done that particular activity or not. So why we have to send? Because evidence is a mandatory. Even if it's a false positive, we know. Why? Because this particular alert is received from the internal IP or private IP. But we need evidence. Without evidence, court will not accept it. Same way, so to get the confirmation, either we have to contact the Active Directory team to check how many times that particular logs it is generated. Otherwise, in the logs itself, you can see and what the action of the authentication. And additional one more evidence, just you can send an email or drop an email to end user, just get the confirmation from the end user. Okay.
Sir, organization
Yep.
to organization, there is a vary or it might.
Organization to organization, this policy will vary, but whatever client you are working, you can say, in
But
my organization, whatever client I'm working, we have the access to send an email to end user.
okay, why? Because last time Anil teaching, I mean,
Mm,
told itself.
mm.
I remember he said the false positive without evidence. I mean, evidence means without confirmation to end
Yeah,
user.
but yeah, I know. So I understood what you said. I get
But
it.
it is not suggestible, right?
Yeah, it's not suggestible. Why? Because directly we can see the action is authentication failure, private type, and we can make it the false positive. But what is the evidence here?
Yes, it
That is
should be.
not way of the correct way of instant investigation. Basically, we need proper evidence. So maybe whatever Anil is supporting the client for German or Italy, whatever it may be, so they don't have the access. But interview point of view, you can say, yes, I do have the access to send an email to end user. So sending the logs analysis, whatever that logs that particular time period, how many authentication failures occurred, all those analysis and private IP address range, all those things you can export. That is as a one evidence. Second evidence is email from the end user. Okay. So this is the way how you have to get the two evidences. One evidence is evidence one, logs exporting from respect to SIM tool related to authentication failure, private IP address range. Anyway, in the alert that will come, evidence two, confirmation from the end user. So these two evidences. After that, it's not completed. These two evidences you can attach in the service now ticketing tool, whatever auditing tool you are using or ticketing tool you are using. Finally, we have to make a comments. Comments are summary of the report. You have to make it like, okay, so this particular instant alert is received from the private IP address range, and I attached all the logs from the sim tool, and also I have a confirmation from the end user because he forgot the password, and also he given the typo error. That is the reason this particular alert is received. That overall summary of the instant investigation you have to put in the comments or notes. Always please remember, don't forget to update the comments or note. It's very, very important. Okay, so why? Because daily you will receive 15 incidents, and obviously as a human being will forget to update all these incidents, to update either comments or notes. It's a human nature. So that is the reason, don't think about the quantity per day, these many incidents I have to do. It's not like that. Think about quality as well. Quality meaning here, without mistakes, how many incidents you are doing, that is important. So at the time of the performance appraisal, manager will not see only quantity based. Quantity along with quality without any SLA breach. With proper instant investigation, whoever get it, those people will get the percentage of the hike is very high, basically. So this is what my suggestion and advice as a different types of people I have seen practically. Most of the people will do lot of quantity, but there is no quality in that particular instant investigation, whatever they are doing. Okay, so as compared to quantity, please refer the quality here. Okay, so what is the meaning here? Please try to keep yourself up to date whether all the incidents you are doing instant investigation, whether you are updating the comments or notes. It's very, very important. So finally, you can close the incident. This is about scenario one. Scenario one is instant alert is received from the private IP address range, multiple authentication login failure attempts. This is the yesterday interview question. So this is what one of the student is attending the interview. If the internal brute force attack it will occur, in that scenario, how can you do instant investigation? Okay. Scenario two. Scenario two here, brute force authentication login failures are coming from the public IP, but authentication is not succeeded. Attacker tried due to account lockout policy, or maybe he was not able to guess the password because we are using complex passwords. Okay, so I mean, attacker or intruder was not able to succeed the or guessing the password. So that is the second one. Scenario two, multiple authentication login failures are coming from attacker IP or public IP. So this is the scenario two. In this scenario, he tried, but unfortunately did not succeed. How can you confirm that whether he succeeded or not? Based on what parameter? So if you want to verify that one, always please remember cyber kill chain process. As per cyber kill chain process, we have reconnaissance, weaponization, transport or delivery, exploitation, installation, command and control, and actions on objective. Okay, so meaning here, if the attacker is controlling our machines and is copying some of the data, or is making our systems are bots or zombies, that means our system is already got compromised, and also he already guessed our passwords. If the continuous outbound connections are going from the end user system to the respective attacker, where can we verify? Which logs we have to confirm that really attacker is got compromised our system and outbound connections are going on? Which
Networking
logs?
logs.
Which network logs?
Firewall.
Exactly, firewall logs. That's perfect. So if you want to see whether really outbound connections are going from the end user system to the attacker, we have to analyze the firewall logs, because firewall it will monitor inbound traffic and outbound traffic, each and every session, whatever it is forming between the end user to the server or application or database or everything, it is available in the firewall side. under the net flow topic. So where to verify and how to verify. So firewall logs directly, just whatever tool you are using. There is no need to log into firewall also, by the way. So just you can go to the firewall logs. So whatever logs we are using, whether Cisco ASA firewall or Palo Alto or FortiGate or Checkpoint or Juniper, Sonic Valve or WatchGuard or CyberRoam, you can filter out, okay, so based on the IP address, whatever alert is received. So before going to that particular in-depth analysis, first we will verify. So once that alert will come, first thing is we will assign the ticket to ourselves and you'll inform to team members stating that we are working on this one. So we have to create a ticket in the ticketing tool. After that, so we have to classify the incident. So in this scenario, what is the classification of the incident? External attacker is trying to do the authentication failures.
Based on the IP.
Yes, based on the IP.
We can call it is a reference set, right?
Yeah, based on the reference set also we can identify, correct. In the IBM QRadar side, yes. After that, we have to do the triaging of the incident. This is common. So this information is common as it is. It will not change. But in this scenario, we will gather the IO information also, because attacker is trying to do from his IP. So additionally, we have to gather the attacker IP address. So maybe victim IP is belongs to 10.10.10.1. It's one of the end user system. It's a private IP. So attacker IP address is 1.1.1.1. So according to this attacker IP address, we have to conclude for this particular end user system, attacker from this IP is trying to do the guessing of the password. Okay, so that is the meaning basically. And even in case in the alert, what type of tactics attacker is used? So whether credential dumping mechanism under the spear phishing or whaling or port scanning mechanism or vulnerability scanning. So we have to gather the tactics, techniques, and procedures also. All these things we can gather directly from the alert itself. This is also one of the interview question, by the way. How you are utilizing MITRE ATT&CK framework in your organization level? It's one of the, so they are asking indirect way. They are not expecting directly what is MITRE ATT&CK framework. If they are asking directly what is MITRE ATT&CK framework, it is straightforward. Okay, so it is a centralized knowledge base. And so it will provide tactics and techniques and procedures. And also it will provide the detections and preventive mechanisms. There are 14 tactics and 14 tactics are divided into 500 plus techniques. So MITRE ATT&CK framework will be used by threat hunters, reverse engineering team, malware analysis team, red team, blue team, SOC team, extra. So that is about MITRE ATT&CK framework. That is straightforward question. There is no need to think about that one. But how they will ask in our organization level, how MITRE ATT&CK framework you are utilizing? That is the way how we can expect. For this type of questions, what you have to think, MITRE ATT&CK framework we can integrate with two different types of tools. Those two tools are, one is EDR, second one is SIM tool. So in the EDR tool already I have shown practically. So under the every attack, whenever we are receiving the alert itself, we can see tactics and techniques and procedures. Whenever external attacker, they are trying to do the malware category of the attacks. So automatically, whether it is a recon tactic attacker is used, whether it is a collection or discovery, lateral movement or persistence, resource development, defense evasion, okay, data exfiltration, there are 14 tactics. It will give the tactic name and also technique name and also what is the procedure attacker used and what is detection also. Everything it will give, including preventive mechanism also. We integrated our EDR tool to MITRE ATT&CK framework, and whenever any malware category of the attacker or intruder is trying to do, we will receive the tactics and techniques and procedure detection preventive mechanism, what exactly attack is trying to do that. It's a combination of offense and defense. That is the way how we are utilizing in my organization in the EDR tool. Even MITRE ATT&CK framework is integrated to our SIM tool. And whenever any alert will occur, same thing in the alert notification side, we can see what type of tactics and techniques and procedure attacker is used, and it will provide the detection, and also it will prevent to mechanism or solution. So this is the way how we are integrated MITRE-ATT&CK framework to EDR tool and also SIM tool. This is the way how we are utilizing MITRE-ATT&CK framework in my organization. That is where you have to give the answer. Nowadays, all EDR tools and SIM tools, they by default integrated to so MITRE-ATT&CK framework. So that is the advantage. Basically, that is what one of the difference also, difference between traditional antivirus versus EDR. Okay.
By
So
default, vendor will provide by
yeah,
the.
vendor will provide. Yes,
Okay,
correct.
okay, okay, sir.
Even we can integrate it to virustotal.com, hybridanalysis.com, third-party threat intelligence feeds, and additionally google.com also. Okay, so that is the one of the main advantage, and also one of the pros. Basically, difference with traditional antivirus versus EDR. So we discussed long back.
Yes,
So
sir.
same thing here also, we will get the tactics and techniques and procedure what attacker is used. Maybe use your credential dumping mechanism. That is the tactics. Credential stealing also one of the tactics we have. So under this one technique is credential dumping. It tried, but unfortunately it did not succeed. All these things it will get it from the payload, direct alert itself. Okay. So now authentication in this scenario, obviously it's a failure. He tried. Now, additionally, what we have to do after gathering all this tracing of the incident, whatever attacker IP address we received in the alert notification, take this IP address. Now, investigation we are doing. So, right now we gather the tracing of the incident. Next one is investigation and analysis.
Sir, sorry for the disturbance.
Yeah.
Internal attack, what we discussed previously.
Mm.
Who is the victim, sir, in that scenario? I
So,
mean,
just one of the private IP address.
who
Here,
tried, who is the reason for that alert? He is only the victim, I
yeah,
think.
internal employee.
Okay, okay. That alert we have received. Okay, fine.
Yes. Example, I will give practical scenario. What happened is 2 days back, I forgot the password. So instead of the one letter, actually at the time of the uh, password change, I given as a capital letter. But when I was entering, I entered this small letter. I tried more than 3 attempts. So in my organization, whatever password policy we are using, it is a so 3 attempts is a account lockout policy and threshold we defined. My account is automatically blocked out, and I'm supporting for Australia bank. So in that scenario, my 2 days I did not open my laptop. Also, I did not work because in the India no one is there to resolve my issue, and I escalated to my team member. He is sitting in the Australia. So how I have to escalate now? Whether HR team is aware of? No. When I contacted the respective our local IT team also not aware of.
Help it is come.
Yeah. So in that scenario, so when I got the offer letter, fortunately, whoever took the interview, that email address is available. So from my personal email ID, I have sent an email to my director, whoever sitting in the Australia. Now he raised a ticket on behalf of me. After 2 days only, my issue is resolved. This particular alert, it went to the respective Splunk tool we are using in my organization. Alert is received. Ramakrishna has done the brute force attack, multiple authentication login failures. You got it, right? Now in this scenario, it's not a attacker is trying to do some of the illegal activity or illegitimate activity, because I forgot the password and I was not able to log in, and also authenticator also blocked out.
Okay, sir. From your personal ID, you sent the mail. That is
Yeah,
also considered as a
it is
attack.
not DLP. Basically, I'm not leaking of the any data here, because how I have to approach them. So when I contact, first what I have done, I contacted my local IT team on behalf of me. They raised a request and they escalated to Australia team. Okay, so
Okay.
and that people are not able to resolve the issue. and what's going on my manager is not aware of, because he's not looping my director. So but I have to, okay, so I should not blame someone. Okay, I forgot the password, that is the reason. Okay, I'm sitting idle. Whether my director will accept this one, whether I have to show something. Okay, so some of the technical issues I'm facing right now related to my laptop. That is the reason, just to aware of my director, I have dropped an email from my personal email ID, and also I copied my official email ID also.
Yes, of course,
So
but
yeah.
from a external point of view, if any external mail or something else, in security point of view, it is not having the any malicious content or URL or file.
Hmm.
But if you get the any mail from the outside, that IP based on the IP address, it will
Hmm.
be also one of the attack. I mean,
It is
cannot be
not a,
also.
yeah, it is not a DLP, because he's aware of the my email address, my director, and whatever offer letter I get it from there itself, I replied back.
But tool itself, we don't know, right? Humanly, we know
No,
that.
see, that domain name Gmail I given obviously. So
Okay.
gmail.com, it is not showing. He is aware of the Gmail, whether it is coming from the test dot. Okay, so gmail.com or else outlook.gmail.com, something like that. He verified. And also one more thing is, he did not responded back to me. Then he called to me personally in my mobile from Australia, and he asked about what went wrong. Then I explained about all this process. I forgot the password. Authenticator is not working on. Because he is aware of. He did not touch that email also. So after I explained everything, then on behalf of me, my director also chased and he resolved the issue. So this is the way how, because I'm working the product based company, this is good. What about client? Whether client will accept this one? No. In this scenario, we have to inform to point of contact or our SOC manager. He will take care of on behalf of us. Clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
This is what we have to do. But in this, and what I'm trying to say here, this is internal attack, and so that particular alert is received in the Splunk SIM tool. Now, whoever is working in the blue team in my organization, they sent an email. Ramakrishna, did you forget the password? We are so on so SOC team. So why it's happened? Why your account is blocked out? I said like, okay, I respond back to that email. I tried, and also my authenticator also not working properly. Because of that reason, my account is blocked out. So based on this one, they attach that evidence and finally they close the incident. That is obviously it's an internal attack. Okay, coming back to here, once you are going for the external attack and with the public IP, now you can take this IP, whatever attacker is trying to do, guessing the passwords, go to virustotal.com or MX tool, whatever you like, go to search button here, and you can see here URL, IP address, domain, and hash value. So paste it here, give enter button. So 0 by 89. It is not sufficient with the one. Okay, so uh, open source tool you are going and you are trying. Okay, it is not sufficient. So you can go to MX tool or maybe Cisco Talos. So copy paste it here and check what is the status of the IP address. Reputation details is a good. It's a good IP only. But example I'm saying. So this is also second one, second evidence. Then MX tool. Couple of times we have GTA, Global Threat Intelligence feeds. Example, IBM X Force. Whatever threat intelligence feeds you are using, commercial feed, you can use that one also. Anything is fine. So MX tool side here, domain name. We are not copying domain name here. What we are coming IP address. So where the IP address is available, go to block list, server IP or domain name. Check here. So now I verified in the virustotal.com, and also I verified in the Cisco Talos. I'm verifying the MX tool also. So this is the way how we can take care of the analysis investigation part. Now, after based on all these analyses, maybe all the IP address it is showing as legitimate. What is the conclusion now? Do you think that attacker did not try anything? In this scenario, just like that, we should not leave it. Maybe from the same IP, attacker will try to do from other system. Now we have to reach out the network admin team or network engineer team in our organization side. What are the business domains and business IPs? So business IPs information we have to gather. With whom we are doing business. Those IPs, whether this particular alert, whatever we received the IP address, it is there in that business IP or not, you can verify. If it is not there, we have to raise a separate ticket to firewall team, ask them to block that IP address in the firewall team. In case that IP address is existing in the business IPs, we should not block it. This is what you have to do. Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
I'm repeating once again. So after doing the incident investigation, whatever IP you received, example in this scenario given 1.1.1.1. So take this whatever alert in the alert whatever IP address you received, please go to the open source tool. Just now I have shown virustotal.com, Cisco Talos, MX tool, IP wide, IP biz database. There are so many tools. So at least you can verify the 2 or 3 tools. And you can check the reputation. Otherwise, if you have the commercial threat intelligence also, you can verify the commercial threat intelligence. Check the reputation. So if the reputation is showing is good, but whether we have to leave it this one without blocking this IP address, we should not do that. What we have to do, please contact the network admin team or engineer team. What are the business domains and business IPs? All this information we have to gather initially when you are onboarding itself. With whom we are doing business, is it possible to share those domains to us and those IPs to us? You can compare now in the alert whatever IP address you received in the business IPs whether it is available or not. In case if it is not available, now you can go to service now ticketing tool, raise a separate ticket to firewall team and ask them to block the IP address in the firewall. In case the IP address is existing in the business IPs, we should not block it. Why? Because we are doing the business. So this is what you have to take care for the scenario 2. Okay.
Sir, business IP ante any specific
Business IPs meaning here maybe example you are part of TCS and your client is belongs to Bank of America. In that scenario, so whatever IP addresses are coming from the ISP router and Bank of America, those IPs we have to get in from the Bank of America side. They will provide all those list of the IP addresses. That is meant by business IPs.
Okay, our company organization details only in our Active Directory. That's why we have to find out that
Yes.
Yes. Okay, fine.
So that is scenario number 2. Scenario number 3, it is complicated. This is very, very important. So investigation analysis, what we have to do? So verify the, not verify, check the reputation of the IP address in the open source tools like MX tool, IP wide, IP abuse database. All these are okay. So basically portals or websites or blogs. In case in the entry point, just you can say it is a malicious one and it's a legitimated one, and I blocked the IP address in the firewall side. In simple, no, don't make complicated yourself.
Okay, it is showing malicious. That's
Just we raised a separate ticket to firewall team and they block the IP address in the firewall.
okay.
If I give the multiple options, no, then what will happen? They will ask a lot of questions back. Why we have to make a complicated situation, a
Yes.
difficult situation, complex situations? Interview will ask back a lot of questions to us. We should not be in that particular situation. So after verifying, I found it is illegitimate IP address, and I raised a separate ticket to firewall team to block IP address in the firewall. That's it. And you can make a summary of the report, and whatever evidences you gathered, all these things you have to make a screenshots now. Okay, whatever you are getting the evidence, so just you can take these evidences. So just take these screenshots, and you can create one of the folder for each and every instant whatever you're working on. Somewhere you can create, and you can put that one and attach in the ServiceNow ticketing tool. Is it clear? I'm not giving that. Okay, otherwise in one thing.
So these screenshots we have to paste in the one document.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So example, whatever instance you are working on, that instant number you can better you can make an instant number. So incident 00001234, and whatever screenshot you are attaching, just you can save this one here. Clear? This is the way how to do, guys. So third scenario. Scenario 3. Scenario 3, attacker is guessed already password and he compromised the system. Nothing but he successfully, okay, so after 2 attempts or 3 attempts using trial and error method, he guessed the password and he compromised the system. So same thing. So first 3 or 4 steps are common for every incident investigation. So alert is received through email notification or SIM dashboard. Next one is responded back, assigned to ticket to myself and informed other team members. And yeah, created a ticket in the ticketing tool. These are all common. Identify the incident is a true positive. So nothing but multiple authentication failure precedence by succeed. Okay, nothing but attacker is guessed. Brute force attack compromised. Now, obviously what we have to do, triaging of the information. Same as it is, you can gather all these triaging the information in the alert itself. It's a common for everything. It will not change. Here, authentication is successful.
Yes.
Authentication is success is one way we can identify the positive. Second one is, as I said, firewall logs we have to analyze. In the firewall logs, just you can go to whatever SIM tool you are using, filter out, okay, so respective firewall, that may Palo Alto or FortiGate. Source IP you can give as a attacker IP address, and destination IP you can give as a victim IP. Vice versa also fine. Source IP can give as the attacker IP address because this particular attack is coming from the attacker IP address. Source IP is 1.1.1. Destination IP is 10.10.10.1. Yeah. So you can see now authentication is failure or success, and how many times, and also continuously communication is going on. In case the attacker is trying and also compromised, continuously outbound connections will go from this particular 10.10.10.1 to 1.1.1.1, and maybe he will take the actions of the updating the passwords or removing the files or deleting the files or changing the configurations. Whenever any attacker is compromising any system or database or server, first thing what he will do, he will change the passwords. First and foremost, he will change the passwords. Okay. So now I can go and I can show you how to verify manual in the firewall. There is no need to come to firewall basically. But how to do that one in manual way? But everything you will take it from the firewall logs itself. But how to verify in the manual way? So I'll go to FortiGate demo tool. In case if you have the FortiGate, I mean firewall is also allocated. Basically, most of the case they will not give the firewall access to you. So we have to analyze the everything in the logs of the firewall itself. But if you have the firewall access, how to do and what to do? So this is an open source tool. It is available. Everybody can access from anywhere. It's a demo tool. Just I given FortiGate demo in the Google, and after that I have given the username and password, demo username and demo password. Click on the log and report option. Click on the forward traffic. Here we have to filter out. So here, whatever source, obviously source is attacker IP address. Take example, any public IP, take this public IP. Example, alert is coming and the attack is compromised from this particular IP address, attacker IP address. Apply. We are doing filtering now. Now destination IP. So destination IP example, this is the destination IP. This is what system is getting compromised. Apply. In case these connections successfully accepted by firewall, outbound connections are going on. You can see a lot of outbound connections are going on. What's the conclusion now?
System is
What?
compromised. Output.
Exactly. System is compromised. Now our system 172.30.70.16, that is our internal IP. This system is compromised by the attacker and continuously outbound connections are going on. So this is the way how we can verify and you can conclude that whether it is a true positive or not. One more thing, this is not sufficient yet. Additionally, whether attacker is compromised one system or he compromised more than one system. Lateral movement.
Yes.
What is lateral movement?
When system is compromised, then remaining system also will be compromised.
Yes, the attacker will compromise one system. From that system, he will compromise other systems as well. That is called lateral movement. You have to verify lateral movement also. Now, same scenario. Now, filter our victim IP related. How many outbound connections are going on? Whether from one system it is going outbound connections or more than one system. Click on destination. How many systems are going on outbound connections? How many
True,
systems?
true, sir.
Whether lateral movement it's happened?
Yes.
Yes, it is. So this is the way how to verify lateral movement also. Okay. So now go back. One second, guys. One second. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So now after compromise, first and foremost, okay, verify this information. Later, whatever outbound connections are going on, just you can block that IP address. First thing is we have to block that IP address. So now you can go back to our ITL process. So this is the ITL process. Preparation, identification, containment, eradication, recovery, lessons learned. So preparation, identification, we confirm that it's a true positive, something that got compromised and attacker guessed the password already. So it's a true positive now. So next phase is containment. So just for the authentication failure side, we no need to take care of the containment side. Network isolation. Why we have to do the network isolation? So if you're doing network isolation, obviously employee can't do his work. Okay, if it is malware category or maybe ransomware attack category, we have to think about the containment part to make sure that infection will be cleaned. But in this authentication failure set, just we can change the password and outbound connections we can block it. That is within a fraction of seconds we can take care of everything. But malware infection cleaning and ransomware formatting of the system will take longer time. It will take maybe 1 hour or 2 hours. So that is the reason for those scenarios we have to do the containment. In the containment side, there is no need to do network isolation. But eradication mitigation side, what are different types of things we have to take care? What are eradication mitigation will take care? One is blocking of the IP address. Where you have to block IP address?
Firewall.
In firewall.
Sir, if you have access, it's okay. But if not access,
We have to raise a case with the firewall team.
I mean, until we are getting the response, what we have to do? I
No,
mean,
it's a true positive. Something got already compromised. We have to escalate. It's a
okay,
priority one to them.
okay, sir.
We are
Escalate.
informed to priority one, and they have to block the IP address as soon as possible.
Okay, sir. ఈ లోపు కంటైన్మెంట్ ఐ మీన్ ఐసోలేట్ చేయాలన్నారు
Yeah,
కదా.
in case they are not accepting, then yes, we have to do the containment part. So you can say, in case example, if they are blocking the IP address immediately, it's okay. There is no need to do the containment. In case they are not making immediately, then obviously we have to make a containment. Obviously, network isolation is a mandatory. Otherwise, infection will go to other systems also.
Sir, if containment happened means business impact will happen, sir. Then
No,
how
business
to?
impact is for only one end user, not for the server side.
So
So
for that particular end user is a crucial means what, sir?
we have to provide alternative backup. There is no other option. We
Okay.
have to provide alternative backup to, sorry, alternative laptop to him, and we have to continue the business operations. Same thing happened
But
in
the
two.
attacker knows his password, right? So what's the
We have
password?
to,
What is
yeah,
it, sir?
that is what we have to change the password also immediately by contacting the Active Directory team. So second mitigation is change the password, reset the password, not change. Reset the password in the
యాక్టివ్ డైరెక్టరీ అడ్మిన్ లెవెల్ అన్నారు.
Active Directory.
సార్ ఎంత టైం వెయిట్ చేసిన తర్వాత చేయాలి సార్? అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఎస్కలేట్ చేసాం కదా.
So reset the password is there in the EDR by default. In the EDR tool, we have one of the option name is called reset the password. So directly we can change the reset the password. Otherwise, you can contact the Active Directory team. Okay. So it's a crucial one. And as Naveen asked, it's a very good question. So he's a crucial guy. It's a very critical guy. So maybe CEO of the company. Alternative, obviously, we have to provide the laptop. I mean, backup laptop to him. That is the reason most of the cases, whatever backup we are making, regulates better to maintain in the OneDrive or Google Drive or something like that. Okay, so he will not take care of all those data. So, and one more thing, only if you want to do backing up the data, incremental backup you have to take, obviously. Okay. So next one is lateral movement is happened or not, you can verify. So
Sir,
just
one more thing, sir.
yeah,
Directly we will provide the password to the that user, or we'll share the password with the RA remoting authority
yeah,
of the
just you
user.
can share the password in the uh, not in the social engineering attack way, sharing in the public, something like that. Confidential way, you can share the password to him, or maybe you can change the password and ask them to change the default password whatever you provided later.
Okay.
Lateral movement is happened, verify. Just now I have shown how to verify lateral movement. So once you're blocking of the IP address, this is outbound connection stopped.
Okay, lateral movement is happened means more than one guys, I mean one system will have
Yes,
compromised.
yes, correct.
The process is will be the same for
Same
the.
as it is for all the systems also, correct. So additionally, last thing is DLP logs also we have to analyze. Why we have to analyze the DLP logs? What is the reason? Any guess?
There is any
Any
leakage?
data lost, and any data.
Yes, correct.
Already
In a
compromised means is there any already any loss is there?
yes, correct. From his outlook, already attacker is compromised system. From his outlook, maybe he sent an email to attacker email address. It will happen basically. So from his system, is there any outbound phishing emails went? Maybe attaching malicious URL link. All those verifications also we have to do. So DLP logs, why we have to verify? Is there any data copied with the attacker or data exfiltration? It is happened. So these are all things we have to verify. So whenever you are explaining the any recovery phase, obviously what we will do, we'll bring it back abnormal to normal operation. Abnormal to normal meaning here, something got compromised is abnormal activity, and we are recovered everything, resetting the password, blocking of the outbound connections, and also lateral movement you verified. So from that abnormal activities, something got compromised. What is normal activity? So whatever previously employee is working on, that is like a normal activity. In the same thing, we have to see, is there any possible way, can we, whatever attacker is copied the data, can we recover it back? Okay, so whether data backups are available or not, we have to verify.
Here the key point is data only, right, sir?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
In the lessons learned phase, now we have to write a root cause analysis document. How the attack it's happened, where, when, why. So everything we have to document. This is template basically. Every organization it will maintain one of the template. So the template we have to fill. So all these water investigation we have done, all these tracing of the incident, and so what exactly recommendations you have taken care, how you have taken care of the eradication mitigation, everything we have to make one of the template. The template is called root cause analysis. In the root cause analysis also there are version control we have to provide. Version control 1.0 is belongs to the author. So nothing but maybe example your L3 guy. So you are making version control 1, reviewer now. Author is whoever is doing the instant investigation. Example L3. So next one reviewer. Any case who is reviewer? Version control 2, 1.2. Whatever document you prepared, whether you create, whether up to mark all the communication skills is okay and verbal communication is okay, whether client is able to understand or not, all these verifications will be done by manager, for example. So here L3 guy and his version control 1.0, here 1.1. Reviewer example SOC manager. Approver, who has to approve? 1.2, who has to approve?
Client.
Client has to approve, that's correct. Yeah, client or customer. So anyway, they will give penalty for us. So because already it is got compromised, at the time of the getting the project itself in terms and conditions, any SLA is breached or any something is getting compromised, penalty will be there. That penalty our company has to pay to the customer. Okay. So this is what you have to take care. This particular RCA document, whatever you are making, this document, it will act as a reference document. Okay, so knowledge based document for future reference. In the future, same type, similar type of attack is received. So we can refer this one and we can take care of the quicker way of the completing of the instant investigation. Maybe today it has taken 4 hours of the time. to complete the overall analysis, contacting the firewall team or blocking of the IP address, resetting of the passwords and verifying the lateral movement is not. DLP log analysis today it has taken 4 hours. So all these things we are making like a new document. So tomorrow same instant it's happened. Already we have ready-made template or document is available. Whatever steps we are doing today, we can verify tomorrow also, and we can see. Okay, so less than whatever today we completed instant investigation. Maybe today it has taken 4 hours. Maybe tomorrow it will take only 3.5 hours. So that particular thing we can call it as MTTD, MTTR, MTTI, mean time to detection, mean time to identification, mean time to recovery. So as I mentioned yesterday itself, nowadays client itself is taking the true positive. Something got compromised, not even L3 team also handling. So whenever these people has come and taught you, so IBM Curator or Splunk or Exabeam and also whatever okay logarithm, did you ask those people whether really in their entire career they handle any true positive scenario something got compromised? Did you ask them?
We asked last Anil Mahesh, but
Okay, did they, what
they
did they
didn't.
say?
They didn't, sir.
Yeah, they obviously. So even though they are getting high salary and they are part of L2 and L3, they are not taking care of the true positive. True positive nowadays. So because we are working for the client and we are in the remote session, this coordination collaboration will take longer time. Obviously we are expecting the same answer from me also. So that is the reason L1 L2 L3 people they are taking care of the false positive analysis. If it is true positive, recommendations they will provide. What client will do, client immediately will contact the, okay, because all these people are available in the on premise in the, okay, so respect office location. In that scenario, that mitigation or eradication will take the quicker way. That is the reason nowadays true positive something got compromised will be handled by client directly or customer, and remaining false positive, okay, what L1 L2 L3 role I'll explain. L1 role is very simple. Whenever any incident alert will occur, so they will classify the incident as a false positive and true positive. That's it. If it's a false positive, they will attach the evidences, they will close it. That is L1 role. What is L2 role? L2 role, whatever, okay, so L1 team is provided the recommendations, all those recommendations correct or not. So they have couple of additional tool access, maybe blocking of the IP address, all those can things can be done by L2. That is called incident response basically. L3 team, most of the cases, correlation rule creation, fine tuning, or maybe priority one escalated tickets like a critical and high related tickets will be handled by. So L2, that to true positive, and they will provide the recommendations. Something really getting compromised and escalated priority one tickets, whatever recommendations L3 provided, they will escalate to client, and client will take care of the remediation and mitigation and lessons learned and recovery and everything. That is on the consulting and service based. If you are working for the product based, everything you have to take care. Even the, because you have the all the tool access, so that may firewall or EDR or whatever, everything will be taken care. So all these analysis will be done by L2 or L3 directly. There is no need to contact the client in this scenario because it's like an internal SOC. But as I said, always you can explain about, okay, I mean uh, MSS, managed security services. And out of these three scenarios at the time of the interview, which one you will explain?
True
Option
positive.
one or two or three?
3.
Yes, you have to explain about three. Three one you can explain. So you can say yes, everything I have the access. I have the EDR access, I have the firewall access, and everything I have taken care. Or whoever is putting the experience more than 4 plus or 5 plus, and whoever is putting experience less than 4 years, you can say, okay, I'm taking care of the only analysis of false positive and true positive. That's it. Any doubt in this one? How to explain at the time of the interview?
సార్ ట్రూ పాజిటివ్ సారీ లాస్ట్ వన్ మనం చెప్తున్నాము అంటే That means we are working in a product-based company. That's
No, it's okay. Even in the client also, you can say, yes, I do have the access. Based on my performance, they given all the tool access and I'm working on all these tools.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah. It's not like that compulsory product based. Guys, did you understand, right, what you have to set the time of the interview?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
So what is the most recent? Yeah, please. Yes, someone is.
System is got compromised. Yeah,
Hmm.
if you are working from a remote location like any other system is compromised like Chennai or Mumbai location, then how it could be contaminated?
So you can say, so one of my point of contact is located in the USA, whatever client you are working. So we schedule a call with my point of contact. So that is what we will get the on-site opportunities. Example, take maybe working for TCS. And one more thing, see, whenever any true positive scenario, it compulsory something got compromised, it's one person is not sufficient to take care of the instant investigation. Otherwise, our SL will be breached. It will cross. So minimum 2 or 3 members are required for something really getting compromised. One person has to contact the firewall team. One person has to contact the Active Directory team. So it is a coordination collaboration. So coming back to your question, maybe you're working for TCS and your client is belongs to JP Morgan in the USA. So now your remote location, I will agree with you. Now TCS company, one of the L3 person they hired or more than L3 person they hired in the USA location of the JP Morgan, they sent for the on-premise location for continuous coordination collaboration. In this scenario, you are working in Mumbai or Chennai or Kolkata, whatever it may be, directly or contacting and it's on-call support he has to do now. So something it is get compromised, you will contact your TCS employee where is sitting in the JP Morgan client location. So this is the way how we have to give the answer. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Still, no, sir. Can you explain once?
So what I'm saying here, so in the TCS location, okay, so you got, okay, 15 members are working in the JP Morgan SOC operations. So out of 15 members, L1 is 6 members, L2 is 4 members, L3 is 3 members, so one SOC manager. Well, now TCS company, what will do? One of the person he will send to USA location. So that person will sit in the USA location in the JP Morgan client location from TCS on behalf of TCS. Now something it is get compromised, you are in the remote, I will agree with you. So it is not possible to take care of the everything to remote way. So now as a TCS employee, you are part of L3. This L3 guy will speak with the our TCS person. Okay, in case if you don't have the direct communication with the client, now our TCS person will communicate with the within the JP Morgan client team. And he will coordinate with the Active Directory team and firewall team and ask them to change these. Okay, so all these things in the directly in the on-call support, and we'll also be there in that on-call. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because so directly we don't have the interaction and we are in the remote, we are not able to coordinate. In that sense, what we have to do, obviously one of the person, our consulting and service based company has to send our person to the client location. This is the way how the people are getting the on-site opportunities. Okay, so yeah, as I said, once again, in case they will ask in the directly what is mean by brute force attack, explain, you can explain all these 3 scenarios in generic way. They are interviewer is asking in generic way, what is brute force attack, explain about brute force attack. You can explain scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3. So this brute force attack will explain 3 ways, because scenario to scenario it will change. Scenario 1 is a false positive internal employee has done. Scenario 2, external attacker has done but it's a false positive. Scenario 3, external attacker has done and he compromised the system. So you have to explain all these 3 scenarios if you are giving optional choice to us. Otherwise, if the interviewer is expecting what is the most recent instant investigation you have done, or what is critical instant investigation you have done. Directly you can explain about scenario 3. Is it clear or not? There are two options here. Directly interview will give the choice and options to us. So you'll ask like a generic way. Explain about brute force attack instant investigation. We don't know whether he's expecting scenario 1 or scenario 2 or scenario 3. You can explain all these three scenarios. By that time, it will take half an hour, more than half an hour. Okay. So, but by that time, once you're starting the, okay, so all these scenarios, you will say fair enough. I'm satisfied here with the answer. Otherwise, that is one way of the asking the question by the interviewer. Second question is, what is the most recent or critical instant investigation in the recent times? That time directly can go for the, okay, so scenario 3, true positive. So here, okay, so he's giving option to us directly to, okay, so critical one is expecting. Critical one means the priority one, obviously. Complicated and complex one. First one and second is not a complicated and complex one. It's an easy way of the doing the instant investigation. So always whenever they will expect complicated and complex and critical, please go with for true positive. It's a challenging one. I have seen most of the people will explain about first one. I have seen practically. So most of the people either is L1 or L2 or L3. So they will explain false positive. How the interview will satisfy? This is anybody can do. Just okay. So by doing the analysis and sending the mail and getting the confirmation, it's a normal thing. It's a false positive. There is no criticality is involved here. There is no escalation is involved here. There is no coordination collaboration. There is no team support is involved here. So that's why what I'm trying to say. So if you want to, if the interviewer will ask, so what is the most recent and critical instant investigation you have done? Always please go for the complicated and complex and difficult scenario, and they can explain the difficult scenario. Any doubt in this one?
No, sir.
Yeah, otherwise, okay, sir, it's a difficult for me to remember all these things at the time of the interview. I should not say these illegal things to you. So already I provided roles and responsibilities here. Where is that? Yeah. So brute force attack, everything I provided here, just you can read this one. There is no other option. Recently, I have done multiple authentication login failure instant investigation. It's a past. Alert is received. Everything I have written like a banana I'm giving to you, just you have to eat it. That's it. Okay. So whatever I explained, just everything I have written everything here. Please go through this one. And if you have any queries, please let me know tomorrow. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that is about first instant investigation. So brute force attack. In the same scenario, I will explain one more scenario also. That is nothing but one of the system is got compromised and keep on communicating to command and control server. This day before yesterday, entire question. System is got compromised. It's not about only brute force attack. He did not say only because of the brute force attack system is got compromised. That may be malware, that may be DOS attack, or that may be phishing email, that may be SQL injection attack, that may be authentication failure attack. It's not, they did not give proper way. So one of the system is got compromised. That may be either because of the attack is compromised by the credentials stealing, or maybe through malware, or maybe through DOS or DDoS, or flooding, or spoofing, or maybe via top 10. Okay, already it's a compromised, meaning it's a true positive. Directly is giving the hint also to us. System is already got compromised, and it is communicating to the command and control server. What is mean communicate to command and control server? Who is controlling us? Who is
Attack.
controlling us? Attacker is controlling. As per the cyberrkcybertechnology process, phase number 6, command and control. Command and control means what? Remote control. Who will do remote control? Attacker will do. Attacker will do remote control. So in this scenario, same thing as it is same for this one also. We have to gather the all the okay. So evidences, not evidences. First we have to, whenever this alert will come, first and foremost we'll go and we'll create a ticket in the ticketing tool, and uh, after that we'll do the triaging of the incident. It's a true positive. We gather the all the respective instant alert notifications related triaging, IOC, IOA, and also source IP, destination IP. So then we have to identify the authentication, and also we have to identify the end system or server and where it is located, physical or virtual. In case that system is got come from malware, file path, file hash, hash value, uh, file folder, file name, file size, everything. So now after that, in the alert itself, we can see the attacker IP address also, because remote control is doing by the attacker now. So in this scenario, containment will you do or not?
Mandatory.
Yes, it's a mandatory. We have to do the containment, network isolation. That's correct. So what about remediation part? What is remediation part? So whatever command and control attacker IP address is there, we have to block that IP address. Whatever outbound connections are going on. That is first thing we have to do after network isolation, whatever system we are doing. We are stopping the connectivity. Next one. Next one.
Change the password and
Change the password. Yes.
Check the backup. Is there any available or not?
Yeah. So we have to change the password immediately. Maybe attacker will change. Even in the brute force attack also, we have to change the password by the way. We are saying reset the password.
Attacker's first step is password changing is the thing. The first. Hello, Naveen. Hello, Naveen. Satish.
Yeah, yeah.
సార్ మీకు కూడా ప్రాబ్లం అలాగే ఉందా బ్రదర్?
అవును బ్రదర్, వినపడట్లేదు.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్, ల్యాప్టాప్ పవర్ ఆఫ్ అయి ఉండొచ్చులే. సార్ లేరుగా ఆన్లైన్లో.
Yes.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్స్ బ్రదర్. బ్రదర్ మీకు యాక్సెస్ ఉందా గూగుల్ ప్రో ఇది డ్రైవ్?
లేదు బ్రో, నేను కూడా వీళ్ళలాగే మధ్యలో జాయిన్ అయినా.
ఉందా మీకు యాక్సెస్?
లేదు, డ్రైవ్ యాక్సెస్ లేదు. అదే చెప్తున్నా, నేను కూడా వీళ్ళతో మధ్యలో అంటే లాస్ట్ లో ఈ క్లాస్ కోసం అని జాయిన్ అయ్యాను కాబట్టి లేదు యాక్సెస్.
ఓహో, ఏమన్నారా?
అందరు డ్రాప్ అవుతున్నారు
బ్రదర్, డ్రాప్ అవుతున్నారు.
అందరు డ్రాప్ అవుతున్నారు.
అంటే
మేబీ చేస్తపోయింది కదా, మళ్ళీ కాల్ పెడతారో లేదో.
మీకు ఇప్పుడు సార్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశారు చూడండి, మీకు డ్రైవ్లో ఒక డాక్యుమెంట్, అప్పుడు బ్రూట్ ఫోర్స్ అటాక్ అటాక్స్ మొత్తం రోల్స్ ఆఫ్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ డాక్యుమెంట్. ఇప్పుడు ఈ అటాక్స్ అది అది మీరు ఎవరి దగ్గర తీసుకున్నారా బ్రదర్?
లేదు బ్రో, అడగలేదు కూడా, ఎందుకంటే యాక్సెస్ లేదు. ప్లస్ ఇంకొకటి యాక్చువల్గా అడిగితే ఇట్లాంటి మనం సార్ వాళ్ళనే అడగాలి, ఎవరిని అడిగినా కూడా ఇవ్వరు మీరు.
అంటే ఐ మీన్ అప్పటి వరకు సార్ కొంచెం బిజీగా ఉండటం వల్ల అది ఖచ్చితంగా అప్పటికప్పుడే చేయలేకపోవచ్చు కదా. మనోళ్ళు ఎవరైనా ఉంటే ఇప్పుడు ఈ అటాక్స్ ఒక 5-6 రోజులు లేట్ పట్టింది అనుకో యాక్సెస్ ఇవ్వడం, మనం మళ్ళీ ఆ ఫ్లో మిస్ అవుతుంది కదా. ఎవరన్నా ఫ్రెండ్స్ని అడిగితే
కరెక్ట్.
ఫార్వర్డ్ చేస్తారేమో కదా యాక్సెస్. అందుకని అనమాట.
ట్రై చేయాలి, ఎవరన్నా ఒకరు మరి అర్థం చేసుకొని ఇస్తే బాగుంటది. చూడాలి ఒకసారి ఎవరైనా చెప్పారనుకోండి, నేను మీకు ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేస్తాను.
నేను కూడా
బ్రో
అడిగాను.
రమేష్ బ్రో మీరే బ్రో నాకు మెసేజ్ చేసింది.
అవును బ్రదర్, అవును బ్రదర్.
ఓకే బ్రో, నేను సెండ్ చేస్తా బ్రో.
కొంచెం ప్లీజ్ బ్రదర్, కొంచెం సెండ్ చేయరా.
ఆ
థ్యాంక్స్ బ్రో. నేను
బ్రదర్
మీకు కూడా చేస్తాను.
యా
మీకు
నాకు కూడా అంటే షేర్ అవసరం లేదు, పాసిబుల్ కొంచెం.
యా ఓకే బ్రో.
డాక్యుమెంట్స్
మీరు మీరు అదేంటి ఆ పర్టికులర్ క్యూరేటర్ ఫైల్ ఏదైతే ఉందో అది మాత్రమే సెలెక్ట్ చేసి షేర్ వచ్చారు అనుకోండి, మాకు ఆ పర్టికులర్ ఫైల్స్ మాత్రమే యాక్సెస్ అవుతాయి.
అవును
సో మీరు
అవును
అట్లా కూడా కొంచెం మీరు బెనిఫిట్. చాలా మంది తెలియక ఏంటంటే ఇది ఇస్తే మేము మొత్తం వాళ్ళకే వెళ్ళిపోతుందేమో అని కొంచెం వేరే ఆ, ఆ, అంటే తెలియక కొంచెం హెసిటేట్ అవుతున్నారు.
బ్రదర్, వాస్తవానికి ఏంటంటే అది కమర్షియల్గా ఉండే ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్లో కొంచెం అట్లా ఉంటుంది కానీ ఇక్కడ
మనది
ఒకవేళ
ఏం లేదు బ్రో.
ఇక్కడ సారు అల్టిమేట్గా మనకి ఏదన్నా బెనిఫిట్ జరిగింది అంటే ఆయన సపోర్ట్ చేస్తారు తప్ప ఇలాంటి వాటికి మీరు ఎందుకు షేర్ చేశారు. కోర్స్ షేర్ చేయకూడదు మనం, బట్ మన స్టూడెంట్సే కాబట్టి ఆల్రెడీ ఏదో ఒక బ్యాచ్లో మనం కంటిన్యూ అయి ఉన్నాం
మనం కూడా
కాబట్టి
దీనికోసమే కదా బ్రో, మనం అమ్ముకోము, మనం కమర్షియల్ కాదు.
హోము, బట్ వాళ్ళు చాలా
మనం
ఎఫర్ట్ పెట్టి ఉంటారు కదా. మనం కూడా దాన్ని
కరెక్ట్
మంచి వేలోనే
ఎట్లా
తీసుకోవాలి.
చేస్తే మనం మినిమం రెస్పెక్ట్ ఉంటుంది బ్రో, మనకు కూడా ఆ గ్రాటిట్యూడ్ ఉంటుంది మనకు కూడా మినిమం.
ఆ, అది
మనం
అది
అట్లాంటి
ఉంటే
పనులు చేయం.
ఎక్కడో ఎక్కడో ఒకళ్ళిద్దరు కొంచెం తేడా వస్తుంది కానీ అంత మెచ్యూరిటీ లేకుండా చేయకూడదు, చేయర్లే.
Yeah.
సరే బ్రదర్, డ్రాప్ అవుదాంలే మరి, ఎందుకంటే మనం
సరే, మెసేజ్
బ్రో నేను సెండ్ చేసాను మీకు.
చూడాలి.
రమేష్
బ్రో
బ్రో
వచ్చింది బ్రో. కలెక్ట్
సతీష్ బ్రో మీ నెంబర్ లేదు మరి నా దగ్గర.
అవును, నేను ఫస్ట్ ఒకసారి నేను గ్రూప్ లో కానీ అదేంటి పర్సనల్ గా పిన్ చేస్తాను చూడండి బ్రదర్.
ఓకే బ్రో.
ఓకే బ్రో, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే బ్రో.
ఓకే బ్రో, చాలా వచ్చింది మనకు కూడా. థ్యాంక్స్ అండి.
యా ఓకే బ్రో.
బాయ్ బ్రో.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ బ్రదర్.
యా ఓకే బ్రో.